everyone, and welcome to another Exploitation Station. That's the new name because I like doing these exploitation films, so this is kind of its own sub-series now. Exploitation Station, it rhymes, it's fine. As you can see, the Velma costume won the costume poll, so jinkies or whatever. How's everyone doing? Hope your week's going well. As before, this stream is inspired by the book Bold, Daring, Shocking, True, A History of Exploitation Films from 1919 to 1959 by Eric Schaefer. I'd highly recommend it if you're into the topic. It's like a dense book that's like put out by Duke University Press. Really well researched. I would highly recommend it if you're into the topic of exploitation film, and you like to read stuff like that. So, cool beans. I have a bunch of movies pulled up. I pulled up all the titles, too, so it'll be easy for us to look at them. We're gonna do a vote like last time, but this time I have enough movies that I'm not gonna have you guys vote on the specific movie. I'm going to have chat vote on the topic. So we have a few different topics and categories that exploitation films fall into. And I'll have you vote on what category, and that's the one we'll watch first. So, let's see. We have cocaine fiends. That one I think pretty much speaks for itself. It's part of the drug exploitation genre. People becoming addicted to drugs, very along the lines of reefer madness, except, you know, cocaine. Worse for you than weed. Maybe don't do cocaine. So we might watch that one. We have the basketball fix. This is about gambling addiction. I thought some of the gambling films might be appropriate, considering the United States is kind of on the cusp of recognizing, I think, the severe gambling addiction problems a lot of people are suffering from since sports betting became legal on apps and stuff. $2 Better, same deal. It's another one about betting. The Sheriff Was a Lady. I'm assuming this is of the genre of, oh my goodness, women exist. Runaway Girl. It's a kid in trouble story, basically, about a young girl who goes off on her own. If I had to guess, there'll probably be some slut-shaming. The Wild Women of Wongo. Another one whose category can pretty much just be described as women. This isn't quite a nudie cutie, which is the subgenre, because I don't think they actually get naked in this. Of course, we can't watch nudie cuties on Twitch and YouTube for obvious reasons, but just know that is a subgenre of exploitation film that we could never watch on this channel. Bawonga Bawonga, also in the category of women, but this one is kind of a crossover between women and a kind of obsession people in the early mid-20th century had. I think it's because of, like, Pulp Fiction and stuff. Jungles, the idea of, like, I'll call them native or indigenous peoples. I would say that the people of the early 20th century's vocabulary probably would have labeled them as, quote, savages, and it will be treated as such, most likely. So that's gonna be some yikes. High School Caesar. This is a teenage delinquent one. High School Big Shot, another high school delinquent run. Girl on the Run, another girl runs away movie. And finally, She Walks by Night, The Truth About Rosemary. I assume you can guess what that one's about. So, let's do our poll, and we will decide which we watch first. Poll. Let's see, the categories will be teenage angst, women, drug addiction. No, we'll just do addiction as one. Alright, so here are your options. You'll have 1 minute to vote. The categories are teenage angst or juvenile delinquency, women, addiction, and runaways. So vote in this poll on Twitch if you would like to decide which film we watch first today. Go ahead and give a vote. Women is winning. Oh, Addiction's catching up, though. Addiction is... Wow, no one cares for the Runaway films. Those poor Runaway films. To be clear, I've never seen any of the movies we're going to be watching today. I've seen a decent number of exploitation films. A lot of them through Something Weird's Blu-ray series they've been putting out with Kino Lorber. I have some around here somewhere. Yeah, Something Weird's been putting out a lot of these movies on Blu-ray. Road to Ruin! Oh, there's Cocaine Fiends, one of the options for today. Nudist Life, which of course, that's one of the things we can't watch. We can't watch nudist films, which is its own category. Women wins! Alright. Women it is. AKA Pen 10 says, "Hi Hannah, don't catch your streams often because of my time zone, but I always watch the videos later and I love them a lot. I want to donate to you. What's the best place to do that? May I have the link?" Sure. There's the link to the tip thingy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is there anything else? We are working our way towards the costume month goal. That is also a stream where I will do a puppet and an anime stream. It's a triple threat. So if you want to use the tip link that's in chat, it would help a lot. Alright, anyway, let's get into it. Women won. So we will do... I get to make the ultimate choice. In the category of women, we have The Sheriff Was a Lady, The Wild Women of Wongo, and She Walks by Night. That's tough. I wish I had a 3-sided die. Let's try Bawonga Bawonga, shall we? That's a women one. I don't know if I listed it, but it is. Oh, I didn't tell you the subtitle of this. Bawonga Bawonga, White Sirens of Africa. White Sirens of Africa is the subtitle on this. Yeah, there was, this was a trope back in the day. I don't necessarily know if it started with King Kong, but this idea, this trope of these white beauties being lusted after, it's a trope of the time. It's really bad. It's problematic to say the least. So, let's check it out. It was definitely older than King Kong. Yeah! Ooh, my brain went, unfortunately, to... the very unfortunate Birth of a Nation may have contributed to that, because pretty famously, I'm not going to get into Birth of a Nation because holy fuck, D.W. Griffith. I wish hell was real. I wish hell was real for D.W. Griffith. What a fuck. Anyway. Oh, did MST3K do this? Nice. Yeah, white slavery as a topic of exploitation film is also a big subcategory, which I haven't really dived into. Specifically, white slavery. I'm not making up that term. That's what it was called at the time. They felt the need to be like, this is different. This is white slavery. Humans are really, really shit. AKA Penn with a $12.24 tip says it's not much, but it's honest work. You're the only streamer I watch regularly. Thanks for everything. Thank you so much for being a viewer, and you don't owe me anything, so the tip is incredible. Thank you. The film screen is bigger than the stream? What? I know it's off slightly, I can see it, I can center it, but it is gonna cut off slightly. It always does a bit. That's wrong. But I can try and move this over slightly so it's more centered at least, because that's something. There we go. That should be a little better.
Africa, dark, mysterious
continent.
The land of...
One second, it should be fine on Twitch, because, you know... Ooh, topless native people. Is that gonna be a problem for us? It's on YouTube, which is fine, and I think Twitch has a nudity thing that you can use for games and other things. I'll put on the nudity thing on Twitch, and it should be fine. Give me one sec. I'm gonna take the screen off while I do this so you don't see my Twitch information. So you're probably gonna get like a little message pop up that's like, this stream is for 18 plus. Are you okay with that? Just say yes. Unless you're afraid of boobs, I guess. Which is, you're right. Let me edit this. Stream classification. Sexual themes. There we go. Should be good now. Given the context.
Vast horizons, jungles, lakes, and mountains, of arid deserts and raging rivers, the Congo...
I'm still probably going to try and skip over the nudity as much as possible and skip through it, but the warning's on there, so, you know.
Nile.
Because it's superfluous, because it's an exploitation film, and that's the point.
Easy. Land of big game, the lush savage life of the tropics. Land of wild native tribes, of strange cults and ceremonies. Many weird stories.
I'd like to point out, too, exploitation films, and this is true of a lot of jungle films at the time in general. Oh boy, the usage of B-roll footage and just random footage of, like, wild animals was nuts. So you're gonna see probably a decent amount of stock footage of tigers and lions and elephants and stuff throughout that. This is because at the time, how do I put this? You and I have probably grown up in a world where if you were working class or higher, at some point in your life as a kid, you probably went to a zoo. You know what I mean? You've probably at some point in your life, as a kid or an adult, seen elephants or giraffes or whatever, you know? Back in the day, that wasn't a thing unless there was like a traveling circus that had those animals, or you went to a city that had a zoo, which were a relatively, like, newer thing at the time, the way we conceive of a modern zoo, being pretty loose with the term modern, but you know what I mean? So it was, like, a thing to go to the movies to be like, ooh, look at that, it's an elephant, holy crap, that's a lion. It would be incredible to see that. Because again, I think we take for granted these days, you can find a video of anything. You can see virtually anything you want, if it exists. And now you can make videos of things that don't exist. Back in the day, if you wanted to see a fucking lion, you had to go to Africa, you had to go to a movie that had footage of a lion, or you had to go to a zoo, which who knows how far the nearest zoo is. So that's why you'll see a lot of shots of things that might seem boring today, or just neutral, but at the time would have been like, ooh, ah, look at this interesting animal that I'm unfamiliar with.
Stories have come out of Africa. Some are the creation of man's imagination. Others are true. This is the story of a small hunting expedition, perhaps the strangest of them all. Is it fact or is it fiction? Who can say?
It's fiction. They'll do this a lot. I'm gonna pause a decent amount, by the way, just for, because we're here to talk about exploitation film, how they work. So I hope that's okay. Movies from this time that were exploitation films, one of the ways they were getting around the Hays Code kind of was implicitly implying, and sometimes outright saying, that their material was educational in nature. So by framing a lot of these as either morality tales or this event maybe happened, it helped them skirt the rules. Because yeah, sure, it might be stuff we wouldn't normally see in like a studio film, but it's educational, so it's fine. It's basically a way for sleazy producers to put boobs in movies. And other topics. Will Kale with a 90 stream streak says, Dana Wilson, who played the Queen, married Albert Broccoli, who was the original producer of the James Bond movies. She recommended Sean Connery to her husband for the role. His name was Albert Broccoli? Created modern broccoli. At least that makes sense. It's not as cool as the Earl of Sandwich, though. Or Frederick Cheese.
Looks like some big affair, Kirby.
Sir, are we hunting big game, or do you want to watch a bunch of natives?
What do you think it's all about?
Oh, I don't know. Those natives will get excited about anything.
Oh. I think one of my least favorite character tropes is late 19th century, early 20th century Adventure Man. You know, Adventure Man? He wears the hats like they're wearing, like he's on a safari all the time. He goes into other people's countries and just does stuff recreationally like he owns the place. Usually British. Not always, though. There's also American Action Man, who definitely exists, but British Adventure Man is not great. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is inspired by many of those tropes. So, yeah. At least Nope. The British Museum stole a lot of shit. The fact that he says it belongs in a museum doesn't help. Alright. I like Indiana Jones, though.
Come on. Okay, Zunga, let's go. There you go.
Speaking of Indiana Jones, by the way, if you've not played Indiana Jones and the Great Circle yet, I'd recommend it. It's very fun. Like, a lot of it's pretty simple puzzle solving, but it really takes me back to, like, Fate of Atlantis days. It gives me, like, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, and I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, check out the game. At least he gave the stone back to the villagers in Temple of Doom. Yeah. Why are there pyramids in Egypt? Because they wouldn't fit in the British Museum. But Did Indiana ever actually put anything in a museum, or did it all go into that warehouse? The only thing that he collected that went in the warehouse that we know of is the Ark of the Covenant. And the alien. They do say interdimensional alien thing from Crystal Skull. They say he was involved in Roswell, and that was also shipped to the warehouse. In my head, the warehouse from Indiana Jones is Warehouse 13. Which kind of probably seems like the pitch for Warehouse 13, doesn't it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Rick M. with a $200 tip says, for rent. My life is so much better with you and your community in it. You've made me a better person. Please continue to do what you do. I absolutely will. Thank you, Rick M. Jesus! I have the most generous chat on the fucking internet. I'm telling you. Seriously, thank you. You have no idea how incredible it is to have people who, you know, parasocially care about me and my well-being. I think the smart thing, I will say, with Indiana Jones, the smart thing they do is while he is hunting for artifacts, usually he is hunting for them in the movies, at least, because there is someone trying to do something nefarious with them. He's trying to get the Ark of the Covenant before the Nazis do. He's trying to find the Holy Grail before the Nazis do, you know? He's trying to stop evil. In the process, he happens to do some questionable things, but... If the state secedes, do you think Michigan will choose the North? If we had some sort of actual Civil War type situation in the United States, I don't think it would be along those lines. It wouldn't be like the first Civil War, where you have, like, the Mason-Dixon line. I'm pretty sure it would be more equivalent to, like, the Troubles in Ireland, where you have, like, domestic terrorist attacks happening on civilian populations semi-regularly. Like, it's a guess, but I don't think it would be that. It would not be like, you know, 19th century warfare. Screaming at the Radio says, yes, but in the end, they do the evil things and get punished by God. But without Indiana, the story would be mostly unchanged. Yeah. In the new Indiana Jones game, he finds Noah's Ark. So he has found both famous biblical arks. See? More footage of monkeys! People back then fucking loved monkeys. Monkeys, apes, they loved them. It was a huge thing. What about the golden idol at the start of Raiders? I cannot justify that one. I can't. Other than, he just wants it in a museum, but it's not his. But he's decided it's his instead of the Javitos for some goddamn reason. That's the problematic one. The Javitos, that's problematic. I would say the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark is the most fucked up thing we see Indiana Jones do. Because he is just stealing a fertility idol from the Javitos. Like, there's no other way to put it. He breaks into their sacred temple and steals their idol. Can I confirm that there's a satisfactory amount of Nazi punching in the Great Circle? There is an incredibly satisfying amount. It's so good. You can also punch Italian fascists, so you get some variety. Humble Homestead with a $10 tip says, thanks for distraction. Large amounts of existential crisis today. Currently attempting to solve with a value meal wrap from Sonic. Not sure about the long-term effectiveness, but at least there's cheese. Cheese will always be there for you. Until you eat it. Alright, I'll stop pausing so much. Sorry, we're only 4 minutes. Oh, there's a gorilla suit. Man. You know how badly I want to watch this movie with Hans Wormhat? I know, Creature Commandos I've heard is great. Hope there's no real animal deaths in this. This is long before the ASPCA existed, so... Yeah, that's practical jungle wear. I like that this jungle is also clearly like a deciduous forest. Like it's clearly not a jungle at all. Tea with Goblins, thanks for 48 months. And morning, how you doing? Happy 4th anniversary, by the way. Those monkey suits were not great back in the day. Who did the Planet of the Apes makeup? Like the original? That was before Stan Winston's time, wasn't it? Hold on. Who did Planet of the Apes makeup? John Chambers, apparently. I was gonna say, I think we didn't start getting effective, like, monkey fakes until Planet of the Apes. And even then, they're anthropomorphized, which helps, I guess, but the faces are really good. Ashley One Up says, you'd be amazed at how much of Africa looks like Southern California. Sarcasm. There's actually a pretty funny old map of Hollywood that shows where they used to film different locations, or California, rather. Because California, I'm sure you know what California looks like. It's a very long state, so, you know, it has a lot of different geographical regions, you know? Up north, it gets colder and mountainous and stuff, and then, you know, as you go more southern, it gets, you know, more like where they film scenes that are supposed to be in Mexico, with that orange filter they like to put up. You know what I mean? It's pretty interesting stuff. The history of film is something that interests me. Hot take. Did you know that? Sure is water. You can tell they slowed down this shot. And what I mean by that is they didn't actually shoot it in slow-mo, they just slowed down the playback of the film. Yeah, I can't tell, those are fewer frames per second, that's fine. You've heard this soundtrack before, yeah. A lot of old B-movies like this would use stock soundtracks. So you've probably heard it somewhere before. This has probably been used 1,000 times in a bunch of B-movies. Oh, see, there's some actual orangutans. There you go. Have you seen Link? Has anyone seen the movie Link? Elizabeth Shue is in it. An orangutan plays chimp.
Well, Count Sparfucile, we'd better start.
Universal was also known for using music. Yeah, famously they used a song from, I think, Swan Lake for the opening to Browning's Dracula.
Packing.
It works really great for the movie, but it was not made for it.
You know what I got in here?
No, Bite, what?
Look,
Fireworks, what for?
for the natives. We'll have a lot of fun, you know? I bet that they've never seen fireworks before. We'll try them out on the way back, huh?
You ever gonna grow up, Sparfucile?
I hope not. Who wants to be an old jerk? I'd rather be a young one.
Okay, I'm just gonna guess. They're showing this orangutan walking slowly off screen. It's gonna cut to a guy in a gorilla suit fighting them, would be my guess. Orangutans aren't in Africa. They don't care. They don't know. someone at the time wouldn't even know this is an orangutan. I doubt they'd know. Like, someone would know, but I mean, the audience of a movie like this would not know. They'd just be like, oh, monkey!
He come. He come. What are you talking about, Sunga?
Who's coming?
Gorilla. Plenty big one.
Again,
That
see?
way.
It's not a gorilla. They said it's a gorilla.
Hey,
Grab your
gorilla.
rifles, man.
Come on, let's go, boy.
Compared to, like, gorillas or chimpanzees or even something like bonobos, orangutans are quite tame, for those who don't know. They are much less likely to attack a human. They're pretty chill. They're still wild animals, you know, leave them alone, but that's why they've often been used in showbiz. Chimps have too, unfortunately. The exploitation of animals, in particular great apes, I think is fucked up. I don't think they should be used in show business at all, but when they have been, on occasion, they've used orangutans instead of chimps, and then just tried to make them look more like a chimp, like in the movie Link, because they're easier to work with.
Like George, where'd he come from? Him Trent.
I just noticed how blackface this is. Jesus Christ. They didn't even do his body. They literally just did his face and cut off the blackface at the neck like we wouldn't notice. Not that it would be better if he did whole body paint, but like, what the fuck? Oh. You'd rather watch Lancelot Link Secret Chimp? You know, I'm of two minds on Lancelot Link. On the one hand, I can't stop thinking about how much suffering the chimps went through to make that show, because oh my god, to get them in those costumes and to make them perform for that show must have been a nightmare. I doubt they were treated well. But then I watch it and I go, oh, look at the monkeys! Look at the monkeys in suits doing spy stuff! So. And I mentioned humans are awful. I'm one of them, unfortunately.
My friend.
If you're not familiar with Lancelot Link, by the way, show you what I'm talking about.
I'm your host, Ed Simeon, and tonight we have a really big show for you.
Lancelot.
It's a show that was sort of a parody of stuff like, the Avengers, the British Avengers, not Marvel Avengers, the, Mission Impossible, spy shows of the era, except all of the characters are played by chimps.
Lancelot Link.
That's Lancelot Link. This is Lancelot Link checking in.
Lance Link, you gotta come through.
Sounds exciting.
Beating out of heaven.
I kind of want to give you this assignment.
By your side, right to the end.
So anyway, I imagine the chimps were probably not treated great. Cute to look at, not great to think about.
You think he was molded by the gorilla?
No, I don't think so. He's just passed out, that's all.
It's just that one joke the whole show, too, by the way. Spy show, but they're monkeys.
Good fellow.
Let's get him back to camp. Lend a hand, boys.
Yeah. Take it easy now.
Around here. Easy there, fellas. Careful. Lay him down slowly. And up, boy.
Easy. I think he's coming too.
Give him a little swallow of that water.
Here, give me. Hey, take a little bit of this. No. Wait a minute. Take it easy now.
Ulama. What's that, old man? Ulama. I didn't get that. Ulama.
Ulama!
Steady.
Ulama! Ulama!
Ulama. White sirens of Africa.
He said the title to the movie.
You know what he's talking about, Sunga? What's all this Ulama
He said Boonga Boonga. He said it.
business?
What are we, some kind of Bawonga white sirens of Africa?
No talk. You no talk. Bad for man talk too much.
What's the matter? Are you crazy?
Sungu no crazy.
Lancelot Link is not public domain.
Me scared.
Scared of what?
That won't be public domain for another 40-ish years. Something like that. 35, 40. I think that came out in the 60s. It might have even been the 70s. Be closer to 45 years. Yikes.
Sungu no talk.
That is to say, unless whatever company owns Lancelot Link lets the copyright lapse and doesn't renew, but I doubt it. A lot of films, a lot of exploitation films, in fact, are public domain, sort of, by right of what we call orphaned works. So something is an orphaned work if basically no company is claiming they own it, right? So the companies that made exploitation films and a lot of, like, B-movies or, like, Poverty Road type pictures, they stopped existing decades ago, and this was before, like, big corporate buyouts of IP was a thing. Not that, like, IP surfing like we have today was the strategy in Hollywood at this point anyway. But, like, a lot of these movies are public domain basically by the nature of whoever owned them is dead, and they never gave the rights to anyone. Whoever owns the rights might not even know they have them. No one is claiming they own it. So, guess it's public domain, basically. Have I seen Mr. Smith? Oh, no! That looks similar. American sitcom that aired on NBC. Oh. Oh no. Cha-Cha and Bobo are separated for their trainer. Why the monkey movies? Tired of monkeys.
Caro nome nel mio cor. La 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 la. La la di ra 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 ra.
Hey, prima donna.
Is that a chipmunk?
Look in that mirror.
I finished. Hey, look at Trent.
Oh no!
Yeah, he looks.
Does that guy have a Hitler mustache? Because this was 1951. Is that...
It's all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This was late enough that you should have known. He was the last guy to hold on to the Hitler stash. Everyone was like, that's in really bad taste, man. Like, no, it's coming back. We beat the Nazis. It's coming back. There's no way he ruined this mustache forever, right?
Hey, those clothes that Sunga got for you, they fit pretty well, don't they?
Yeah. Well, fellas, I certainly can't thank you enough for what you've done for me.
No, not at all, Trent. Pleasure having you with us.
Only slightly homoerotic, yeah. A lot of jungle movies back in the day had a lot of, like, adventuring men with their shirts off. Big trope. You'll see it on a lot of the covers, too. Like, have you ever seen covers of pulp jungle novels? Like, if you look at pulp adventure novels, which a decent amount of, like, exploitation films kind of got a vibe from some of this stuff. Like, look at this adventure magazine. This is the vibe, right? It's a rugged, individualist, manly man, alone in the jungle, taking, presumably, the property of some tribe, you know, but he's a manly man, and he gets to do it because might makes right, and he's civilized. That means he gets to do whatever he wants. This was the vibe, basically, of jungle films at the time. So you do get a decent amount of, like, shirtless action men, or, like, action men whose shirts are ripped open and they have hairy chests, you know, stuff like that.
I've imposed upon you fellows long
It's a Roman mustache.
enough. I'll be on my way today.
Where are you going? What's your hurry? And you never told us what happened to you.
Yeah, what's the story on that, Trent?
Well, I do owe you an explanation. It might sound fantastic, but here it is. Oh, thanks, Kirby. Years ago, when I was a boy, my father brought me to Africa. I want to tell you about one remarkable day of my life. It began with excitement and ended in near tragedy.
You like where this is going? I promise it's not gay porno. Porn was illegal at the time, and I'm talking straight porn was illegal at the time. Gay porn was super, ultra, super duper illegal.
We lived in the midst of the jungle, surrounded by wild beasts and scarcely less wild natives. In such surroundings, almost anything was possible. The unexpected was always happening, and it was often dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. Quote, sodomy was illegal at the time. For everyone. Like, you couldn't... I'm pretty sure at the time oral sex was considered sodomy. So technically you weren't supposed to engage in oral sex. By law.
At that moment, the leopard sprang on the roof. Clawed at the snake, and it fell on the floor. Then, terrified and confused, we climbed up on the roof.
Famously, cats are so bad at climbing. The python move is alive. Okay, it's moving. It's alive. Fear not, everyone! The python is alive! I can see it moving. I don't think we're supposed to be seeing it moving, but I can pause this. It's moving. You can see the head move! Well, maybe you can't. It's at the very bottom of the frame. Maybe it's cut off for you. But the snake moves. You saw the snake handler's arm? Where is it?
When all danger was over, my two playmates went back to the village. Just outside the cabin was a small enclosure where I kept my pet rabbit.
Oh, something you'll also notice about exploitation films, you may have already noticed from the ones we've watched, a huge commonality between, I would argue, most of them, is the narration technique. A lot of the times things will be framed from a future perspective into the past. I don't know if this is laziness. I hate to say this, but like, some of it might have been just efficiency of storytelling. We gotta get this stuff done. How do we transition as easily as possible between scenes? What if we just have someone narrating the gaps and we just go scene to scene? I know this is specifically a flashback within the story, so that's not necessarily in the whole thing, but it did remind me this is a trope of exploitation.
I was anxious to see if it was safe. The little creature was perfectly all right.
Yeah, I have this... Yeah, it's on my list. The Lancelot Link thing, although my list is not up anymore because I have so many Blu-rays and I don't have space for more right now. Oh, that was the right link.
After my mother's death, my father had taken to drink.
Redfish, thanks for following.
Well, that day, he returned to our cabin in an ugly mood.
Did he move to Africa to get away from prohibition? Because let's see, it's 1951 here. When you were a kid, that easily could have been prohibition. I wonder if the implicit idea here is that the dad went to Africa so he could drink.
He made me drop the rabbit and go to the cabin with him. He said it was dangerous outside. The natives had just told him that the Ulama were moving in to attack the neighboring village. He left the cabin. For a moment, I remained, not knowing what to do. Then I followed him. It was then that I had this strange experience, something that I shall never forget. I saw her,
You saw whom?
the Ulama,
The who?
one of the legendary white sirens of Africa. She was a vision of womanly loveliness.
The myth is literally just, what if there was secret sexy white ladies in Africa? Like a mythological creature. What the fuck?
The most gorgeous creature I'd ever seen.
I'm gonna put this out there, that this, like, a lot of exploitation films are shot really badly. Like, they're just not great. This is actually a pretty striking image. I'll give them points for this. I don't know if it was, like, intentional or not, but I think they accidentally made a pretty good shot here with her in, like, the deep background, and you can borderline just see, like her shape, you know? And it's, like, a very feminine, like, figure, you know, stereotypically with the spear. That's, like, a powerful shot, almost. Oh.
There she stood.
See, that's a less interesting version of the shot, where it's, like, middle like that. I think when you see her deep in the background with the kid in the foreground, it works. This is the kind of shot I would expect, where it's just kind of like, here it is. Here she is on a cliff. We gave her a one-piece bathing suit.
It was she who gave that strange war cry. Then I saw another woman warrior dart through the brush after my father. The Ulama held a sling in one hand. Before I could warn my father, she hurled a rock at him. He fell to the ground.
Got him! Got him!
Oh, this is not gonna be great.
The whole village was aroused.
Can I use this moment to talk about something a little weird? So, King Kong. Okay, so the depictions of the natives in the original King Kong are terrible. If you've not seen the original King Kong, it is... Think of, like, when you think in your head of the, like, platonic ideal of the racist, like, tribe member stereotype from, like, back in the early 20th century, like, Jim Crow era shit, like, I'm talking, like, caricature bone through the nose type offensive caricature, right? The 1930s, King Kong is pretty bad at that. King Kong has been remade many times. As they've remade the film, a lot of them have gotten better as time has gone on. Some of them. But then came Peter Jackson's King Kong. Now, Peter Jackson's King Kong came out in, like, 2003. So ostensibly, you would think, oh, these versions of the natives will be better, right? And they're really bad? Am I the only one that, like, I'm not even a big fan of Peter Jackson's King Kong. I don't know if that's a hot take. I'm not a big fan of Peter Jackson's King Kong. His natives are, like, really offensive. Like, what the fuck? Have you seen them? They're really not good. They're, like, all covered in, like, mud and shit. It's not good. You're with me, you own this, and you own the DVD. I own the 4K! It's over here!
The natives came running to the edge of the settlement, afraid, yet fascinated. On the hilltop stood the ulama whom I first saw. No one dared approach. Everyone was terrified. The head medicine man immediately began one of his weird ceremonies to propitiate the tribal gods, so they would drive off the evil ulama. They sacrificed animals.
Kinda looks like they're just, like, cooking a pig. I don't know if that's a sacrifice. That seems more like dinner?
They bowed down low to their gods.
Oh, fuck, these depictions are bad.
They danced in wild frenzy. This lasted far into the night. I was taken back to the States. All through the years, I couldn't forget about those ulama.
Oh, Trey asked what's my favorite King Kong. Probably the 70s King Kong. I like the original a lot for what it did for filmmaking and seeing what they were able to do in the 30s. So from a film history standpoint, the original's amazing. I think the 70s one is probably a good, succinct retelling of the story, though, from a more modern lens. At this point, it's 50 years old, but that's more modern than the 30s. Again, the Peter Jackson one just doesn't do it for me. I also like the Toei King Kong films, both King Kong vs. Godzilla and King Kong Escapes, with, like, Mecha Kong. Well, that's because I like Daikaiju stuff, so. But if we're talking classic, like, telling the original King Kong story, probably the 70s one.
Say, did you ever see any of those white sirens again?
Yes, I did.
Well, tell us about it.
Yeah. I've heard of such a legend myself. Go on.
Well, a few weeks ago,
I'm still not seeing King Kong Lives, which is the sequel to the 70s one.
organized a safari and was soon on my way to the interior.
Was it trash? The thing I don't... Okay, I know I already talked briefly about the, like, native stuff from the Peter Jackson one, but whatever. That's just, like, a problematic element, you know. I can look past problematic elements and enjoy the rest of the film. In this case, I don't, though, because, look, I understand that King Kong was incredibly significant to Peter Jackson and inspired him to become a filmmaker, but the movie comes off like that. The movie comes off like he saw a movie from the 30s and decided, I need to turn this into a 3-hour sprawling epic. But the problem is the movie he's talking about was a movie about a big monkey that fights dinosaurs and comes to New York and gets killed. You can do that in an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. You give me a 3-hour King Kong movie, I'm stealing shit from your house. 3 fucking hours? It does not take 3 hours to tell any King Kong story ever written. And that includes King Kong on the Planet of the Apes. A pretty good comic. Get in, kill the monkey, get out. The formula. I don't need a 3-hour fucking... Oh, and then he goes ice skating at fucking 30 Rock. Kill me. Don't humanize King Kong to me. He's a monkey. What am I stealing from Jackson's place? If he has any of the puppets from Meet the Feebles, I'm probably gonna steal one of those.
We went on and on. For several days, we used a trail.
Mighty Joe Young remake keeps the runtime around 90 minutes. That one's pretty good, too. Not a King Kong movie, though.
Then we went through the trackless jungle.
More inspired by Kong. The original Mighty Joe Young is pretty good. I like the remake, too, but, like, the original is a pretty good follow-up to King Kong. Better than King Kong, Son of Kong, which is quite bad.
There was plenty of game.
It wasn't the plains, 'twas beauty killed the beast. Except no, it was the plains. It was the plains. Or, as Lindsay Ellis put it, it was colonialism.
Round. But I was after other game. More important game.
If he has any Lotor props, take that shit. Shit's valuable. Hey, I'm not in the stealing shit from Peter Jackson's house game for profit. I'm in it for personal satisfaction. So I either need the lawnmower from Dead Alive, or I need a puppet from Meet the Feebles.
We decided to stop.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Then I heard the same weird cry that had come to me from that hilltop years ago, and I saw a woman, one of the ulamas, standing there. I ran toward her.
What? They clearly have black actors. Why is, like, the main tribe member they interact with a guy in blackface? This was 1951! Like, black people had speaking roles in film before this. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing? There was no reason they needed blackface for this.
I heard a burst of laughter. But the woman disappeared.
I don't know if it's supposed to be necessarily literally the same woman, as much as it's just like another one of these Amazonian jungle women. Because the one from when he was a kid was blonde, I think, right?
I fell into a ravine. I fell into a ravine.
Ah, don't you hate when that happens?
Got him!
Jungle hair dye? Maybe. That one guy found some for his face, so... Making the tribe members cowardly in the face of danger was also an unfortunate trope of the period. Only white American or British man can save these people. It's... you get it. White savior trope shit.
Suddenly, a shining spear embedded itself in the ground within an inch of me. I clambered to my feet in a hurry. My revolver was gone. I hid in the brush.
Is he really Nemesaur? I apologize then. His skin tone is, like, shocking to me because right here it dips. I guess maybe he just had like a tan and it made a huge thing, but, like, that's nuts to me. He looked like a white guy in blackface. That's good then.
Then I saw another woman looking for me. I decided I'd better leave that vicinity.
More B-roll. They may have still used
I was
makeup. It's
lost.
possible, but I don't know.
For days, I wandered through the wilderness. I tried to make out which direction the natives had taken. I stumbled on and on. I forgot all about the Ulama.
And on, and on.
I had but one thought, to satisfy hunger. All at once, I saw you in the distance. I recognized Sengu and the other two natives.
I believe this is him, Clarence Brooks. Are you sure he look? Although that could just be an older picture. Doot, 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 doot. Does anyone remember what the name of the main guy is? Let me check the IMDb. Because he looks different, but it could just be the picture from a different, you know, era. Oh, of course, there's not going to be good pictures of this. This guy, right? Clarence Brooks, was that the same person that you sent me? Okay, yeah, maybe he just looked different when he was older. Clarence Brooks. Let me look up other pictures of... Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's my bad, and I apologize sincerely. Jesus Christ. Good on them being slightly less racist. I'd agree. I'm concerned that I'm so primed for blackface in this movie, though, that I saw it without it being there. That's not good on my brain. The sirens can be recognized by the distinctive cry of "Me want snoo snoo!" The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and weak.
Desperately, I made my way through the underbrush. I cried out for help, but you didn't hear me.
How can you tell the difference between alligators and crocodiles? I think they have a difference in, like, their nose shape. I'm sure there's plenty of differences, but that's the one I know off the top of my head. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for 32 months at tier 2.
As soon as I get another expedition together, I'm going back. I'm going on until I find the Ulama.
Good for you.
Brother, you're looking at your other expedition right here. Hey, kid?
Yes, Father.
Are you folks serious? It's dangerous.
Dangerous? As long as there is women there, lead us to them, boy.
Hey, on one condition. I get all the blondes and the redheads, you can have the brunettes, and we'll leave the rest for Sparrow Chile.
What? Hey, you can...
We have to reach those mountains. There it is.
Quite vast, I'd say.
And plenty high.
Let's go.
Trust us, guys, these elephants are right off frame of them.
There's where I camped last time.
Yeah, I can see it all right.
And here's where the porters ran away on me.
Won't happen this time.
Look out for the Gorn.
Where exactly is the plateau?
There's the plateau up there.
Straight ahead, huh? Let me take a shot at that Sparrow Chile. Pretty inaccessible, Trent.
Well, we'll camp here for the night and decide what to do tomorrow.
Yeah, let's stay here for the night.
Yeah, we need the rest. We'll have a big job to do tomorrow.
An interesting splice.
Say, I didn't notice any woman up there.
I wonder if that was in the original print or if that was a mistake on the Something Weird's part when they spliced together two different pieces of film. They accidentally did it too soon and it repeated.
Yeah, we'll have to climb up there first, Count.
Take it easy, Count. You'll see him soon.
But where in the...
Possible that was the start of the second reel, in fairness. That might have just been the start of the second reel and they just stuck them together in the edit.
Sunga! Sunga!
Is that the most I'm not a hiker, so I don't know. Is that an efficient way to carry your load? Is that not gonna hurt your back? I feel like there's gotta be a better way to distribute that weight. Dor, thank you for 56 months and almost kicking off a hype train. Oh yeah, like he's got that slung, he just has it like tied together and then a single rope to sling it. That's gotta hurt. The good usage of the Kuleshov effect. Guys, they're definitely on a giant cliff. They aren't on just a small rock face that if we panned down, 15 degrees, you'd see the ground. We see them on top of a thing, cut to what you assume would be their perspective. Top of a mountain. Yeah. The quality of the footage doesn't match at all, but I get what they're doing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah? Another second you wouldn't have been.
Let's camp over there.
high time. That was some climb. That's the jungle over there, so we might as well camp here for the night.
Okay with me.
Yeah, it suits me.
Hey, I see a deer. We'll have a meet for tonight.
The deer are at the top of the mountain? You see a deer in a separate stock footage shot. Yeah, jungle movies, I'm telling you, at this time, jungle movies, it was B-roll, reaction to B-roll, B-roll, reaction to B-roll. Oh my god, we gotta watch Engaji sometime. Engaji is so fucking bad. Son of Engaji's pretty good.
Concentrate. Help! You can't do this to me! You can't do this to me! Let me go! Let me go! Manachos para let me go! You can't do this to me! Let me go!
It's the Ask a Mortician lady. I love her.
Come on, Johnny's in trouble. Let's go get him.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like some Findom shit. They're legit taking him for Snoo Snoo. The screenwriter of this didn't happen to also write the Gnome Mobile, did he? They should talk. I think they have similar fetishes. The Gnome Mobile, we're riding around in the Gnome Mobile. Femdom, you're right. Findom is the money one. Femdom.
Skinny. No meat.
Cinco de vaca.
Harold Edelman says, so this is the plot. B-roll, reaction to B-roll, reaction to B-roll, reaction, critique of Kuleshov effect. More plot? Hey, if you don't like the Kuleshov effect, blame the communists. Those damn communists inventing the montage.
Oh, chicken o'
Thank you, madam. You must be that woman around here.
Me, queen.
Queen?
Me too. White man talk. Me talk. White man talk. Too. What name you? Haba.
Me in pain. Me in big pain.
Haba Masiga.
You queen? Noble bird myself. Permit me. Count Michelangelo Sparafucile, di Rivuto, Provincia di Potenza Basilicata, Jr. At your service.
You're weak, man. You're not good.
No good. I'm strong.
Tabulama. We dance for Fire God. Fire God want weak man. We burn you.
Me?
Burn nice.
Oh, no. No.
Ashley One Up says, me go to Tonto School of Elocution. Is that a Futurama joke? That sounds so much like a Futurama joke. I feel like that has David Cohen written all over it. You don't think so? Well, it was good. It was good enough that I thought it sounded like a Futurama joke, which is a pretty big compliment, so... How could they have possibly directed them to dance there that produced that? I think the captions are being a little generous by declaring this music. Is this that Lost Media Addams Family prequel where Gomez meets Morticia? No, is that a thing? What? Boya. Yeah, that makes sense. I have a spear with a stabby end, but I'll just... sense.
Unga, Belasa, Ula Marie.
What's the big idea?
I should also point out, I assume most of you know this, but maybe you didn't necessarily think about it in this moment. What they are wearing right now is incredibly scandalous for the time. Like, bikinis and stuff were, like, new, and they were, like, scandalous. So, like, this isn't just like, oh, they're in, like, you know, whatever, you know. This is big for a swimsuit these days, you know? Back then, this was, like, insane amounts of skin. This is basically a porn. This is basically a softcore pornography back in the day.
Yeah.
Not literally, but that was more or less the function.
Hello, where you come?
America.
No, here's such place.
Porn becoming legal killed the exploitation film industry as it existed, by the way. So yeah, it was pretty much the lack of pornography that kept a lot of the exploitation films alive.
Where you come?
Hunters. Hunters. Big game.
Olama. What? Like you. Olama like strong white man. Queen want strong white man. Tomorrow, maybe Queen see.
I should say, when I say it killed exploitation films when porn became legal, I mean stuff like nudie cuties, stuff that involved titillation, stuff that involved sexual topics. I think that's also probably part of the reason other genres of exploitation grew bigger through the period after that. Like, I'm thinking, like, the 70s with, like, the blaxploitation genre, or the prison exploitation genre, because they had to move away from just, like, oh, look, it's ladies who are scantily clad. They had to cover other topics that were still considered, you know, untouchable by, mainstream Hollywood. Like Nudes on the Moon? I've not heard of that one, but the title makes it sound like one of the nudie cuties, that's for sure.
Some hospitality.
Yeah, with a charming bunch of chicks.
I suppose they've got to the count someplace. What's wrong with you?
Captured by a bunch of women. But brother, what women. Stronger than oxen. Wait till the folks back home hear about this.
Let's hope they have a chance to hear.
Boy, what do you mean? You don't think they're cannibals, do you? Oh, come on now, Trent.
Well, I don't say they're cannibals, but they can be just as treacherous in other ways. Say, I wonder how these light-skinned natives got here anyway. Where'd they come from? Where are their menfolk?
Yeah, that's something to worry about.
You know, there are old legends that say that in the early days, the Goths and Vandals came to Africa. I wonder.
Our lives are in danger, and you talk about ancient history.
That's gonna be is that gonna be the only line explaining this as well? Some people think the Goths came to Africa. That's it. That's all we're gonna get.
Where these monstrosities came from. I care even less about their husbands. All I want to do is get out of here.
Not a chance. Look over there.
How would that even work?
A little masculine charm.
Because, like, there's so few of them, they would all be severely inbred if they were still, quote, white, you know? Like, if it seems like the movie would be implying that they only bred within their own group. So they'd be severely inbred? Like, to a disastrous degree?
Let's not rush it, Kirby. Let's see what develops.
La benza.
La benza? Oh, not gonna benza to you.
Agana benza.
I've never understood the appeal of the fetishized girl fight. You know, the whole, like, cat fight, like, type trope. I don't understand. I don't understand men. Why is this attractive to you? I'm so confused. Like, this isn't sexy or attractive. He's trying to stab her. Where is this supposed to be relative to him? Okay, the other one was to the right, that's the left. Okay, that was the other direction before, but I guess it's the other direction. We could have watched Coconuts today. We could have watched Coconuts, and instead I chose this. You just got here what's happening. We're watching a 1950s exploitation film called Bawonga Bawonga. It's something. Orangutan. Yeah, basically cornbread. So is the implication that the, quote, men in their tribe aren't men, but apes? Is that the implication here? I mean, I know humans are apes, but I mean a non-Homo sapien great ape.
Just in time. Say, beautiful, what's the chance?
Can you imagine if you were fucking starving and all they brought you was watermelon? Like 90% water.
Getting out of here. Hey, Trent. What if this is poisoned?
Well, I guess we can't take any chances.
AKA wild women, AKA white sirens of Africa. Yeah, I should explain that. Tons of exploitation movies from between the 1920s and 1950s. A lot of them had many different titles, and the reason for this was because back in the day, there was more regional distribution. So for, like, big studios, like at the time, 20th Century Fox, or, sorry, just 20th Century, whatever, MGM, whoever, you know, think of a big studio from the time, they would distribute things nationally. But for smaller B-movies and Poverty Row studios, they would go to regional distributors. So someone in, like, the Midwest might have rights to it in their area. Someone in California would have rights in their area. Someone, you know, maybe in the South would have rights. And once the filmmakers turned over the rights in the film to them to distribute, these regional distributors were allowed to change the title, re-edit the movie. So a lot of these movies and B-movies from the time have a variety of edits, some of them longer, some shorter, some stuff moved around, and different areas would title the films differently. So it leads to some confusion. It leads to arguments about, like, well, is there even really an official version of this movie? Because there were, like, 4 or 5 versions in different regions at the time. Just kind of interesting how the actual industry itself has changed in that time. Naismith 99 with 2 months. Thank you very much.
Ah, you alarmist.
Good enough for me.
Hey, cut that out. You embarrass me.
I always put my feet out.
Don't do that. Everybody wants to fool around with my hair. Women. Now I have to comb it again.
It looked like a caribou. That was my thought, but I didn't want to say anything. I don't know all the animals.
What's the matter with you? It's not gonna bite. Look, it's nice. See? Pretty? Huh? See? With this you comb your hair. Yeah, when you want. See?
It's 1951, and this man has just introduced a society of only women to a compact mirror. This plot point's not going to go anywhere good. Is this going to destroy the tribe? Let me guess. Based on my understanding of sexist 1950s tropes, this is going to destroy their civilization, because all the women are going to fight over the mirror, because they all want it, because as 1950s men know, all women are vain children. Yikes.
Look. Huh? Nice, huh?
That's a guess, by the way. I've not seen this movie before. I have no idea.
Ah, you like that, huh? Feels good? Well, don't
Hey!
go and fight
Look at
now.
who
Don't
called
go
that
and fight.
shit.
Hey, come on, come on.
No one understands the mind of a sleazy 1950s movie producer like me.
Hey, Trent. Let's take a break for you. Quiet.
Well, I'll be.
You see? Nice man.
Who are these men?
Nice man. Husband of Ulama.
Husband.
Okay, so they do have men.
Hey, Jewish.
Have nice time. Very strong.
Is this like a reverse harem situation?
Do hard work. Women, they fight. Me. Queen.
Yes, we know.
Queen. She have no husband now. Tinga benga. Husband, he try run away. Get 6 spear in pack. Poor dust. No more husband.
That's too bad.
No bad. Good.
Oh, yes, they're good.
Ali Malagalu. Last night, Queen praised fire god. He say, Queen find big white husband. Quick. She have all men. No husband. You see? We have no man. Now Queen find husband like fire god. Say.
But wait a minute.
Know it. Queen make strong man husband. Find strong man.
Fetish bingo wouldn't even be fair for some exploitation film.
Quick. No strong. Give to fire god. No want. Only strong man.
You burn those of us who aren't strong.
Burn not. Fire god. Take weak man. Queen, me, take strong man. Make him a tongue. She no burn nice man. We get mad.
Hey, fellas! You can do this to me? Hey, fellas, save me! Save me! Mamma mia! This woman is carnivorous!
Mamma mia!
Ferocious! Shoo! Shoo! You seem to have a lot of power
So the
around.
queen is the only one with husbands. How are they populating? If you're wondering how they eat and breathe and other science facts, la la la, just repeat to yourself, it's just a show and you should really just relax.
Here, lots to say. Send her away. Send her away. Get out.
We go.
Oh, we're glad to see you. Whatever happened to you?
Hey, you should have seen what they done.
What's the Queen going to do with us?
You fight.
That's ridiculous. Imagine fighting a woman.
I'm a gentleman. I refuse.
In our country, men no fight women.
Queen wants burn. You, husband.
I think this is once. I think you can kill her. I think that she's keeping you captive. Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's not normally good to get in fights generally, but if someone's holding you captive, you can stab them with a spear. That's not legal advice. That's just my view on the issue.
Maybe we know burn. Go.
Colonizing Africa, I'm okay with, but hitting a dame? That's a step too far.
You better
Gotta
win,
take his
Kirby.
shirt off.
Or we fry.
Why the belt?
Well, good luck, Kirby.
I think he could have kept the belt
Yeah,
on.
looks of her, I'm gonna need it.
Come on and Dunga.
This is gonna be the stupidest fight in movie history, isn't it? Oh! They're like Roman wrestling. Okay. For some reason, the Amazon women know Roman-style wrestling. Okay.
Hey, come on.
It kind of tickles me imagining 1950s men who were into this feeling confused and weird, like, why do I like seeing this woman manhandle this guy? Why do I like they're into femdom, but it's the 50s, so that's incredibly taboo and they don't even know what the fuck it is. Take that, bitch.
Inga Waka Duga.
Kirby. Kirby, are you all right? Oh, come on, boy. Everything's all right. All right. Everything's all right.
Flunky. Boodle, thank you for 100 bits. He didn't even try and add a sound effect there. We didn't even really see him do it. just... She had him. And then it just cuts to... She's on the ground. What? Yeah, I'm sure Hays Code, they couldn't show him actually hitting her. Like Spider-Man the Animated Series.
You're strong man. That time, Queen Prey Fire God, after big prey, your husband for Queen.
I don't know what this proves, but maybe we can be friends until we can leave this place.
You stay. Tomorrow, you marry Queen. I go.
Sorry, I have a neck ache.
You've got to let my friends go. You must.
No. Weak man give to Fire God. Queen promise.
The Fire God doesn't want them. Why must you kill them?
Queen no kill. Weak man give to Fire God. Queen take strong man.
But you can't do this. If I have to, I'll stop you by force.
No force. Come on, Sister Kappa.
I want so bad, and I know there was no thought put into this, but I so badly want them to have written an explanation for why this society turned into this, like, totalitarian matriarchy, where they have, like, a harem of men for, like, the queen. I'm curious as to how this came about.
Fire God take weak man.
Me, Michelangelo Sparafucile, in a situation like this.
So nice.
What is that?
Trent. Trent.
Check.
Huh?
Oh, Una.
Oh, Una, huh?
Oh, Una.
What you got there, Una? You speak English, Una? A little English.
Oh,
Speak.
Una.
You know where my friends are? Friends. You know they're going to kill my friend. Kill. Una. What do you call this? Decking out the bride?
Soon Queen have nice husband. Ulasa, Ula Marie. Unga, unga.
There's 8 minutes left and I have to pee so bad. I can make it. I can make it through 8 minutes. That's fine. I got this. I got this. We're good. That shaking really part of it. Okay. Just leave it running. Okay, I seriously can't wait. I'm sorry, I thought I could make it through the movie, but I gotta pee really bad. Well, I'm gone! Cher will tell you about cocaine fiends! And the pace that kills. Be right back. Toreador says waterfalls, running faucets. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. If you're really good at urinating, do they put you in the APP class, a PP class? That reminds me, you guys know PP from the Bed Bath & Beyond thing? We haven't covered it in a while. Anyway, the community's mad at him because he made a crypto shit coin for the PP show. We have entered the meme token era of PP. Good job, PP. He did it like the day after Trump did his thing and made a bunch of money, by the way. Just wanted to point out that PP is kind of a cynical idiot.
Sweetheart.
No, kill man.
Is PP a billionaire finally? Unfortunately, no.
How the heck are we gonna get out of here?
I don't know how we're gonna get out, but I wish I'd never listened to you.
Listen to me. It was your idea in the first place.
My idea, the minute he mentioned women, you were starting to thrust them out.
Well, how did I know that they were wild women? Ferocious, carnations. You think that she was going to tear me apart?
You didn't care whether they were or not, brother. You were just ready, that's all. Just ready.
Very much. She's going to show us the way out of here. Oh,
Hey, wait a minute. I saw our first.
come on.
Hannah coin when? The moment you see me release a crypto token is the moment you know I've been taken over by the pod people. It literally, if I ever am like, hey everyone, it's time for Hannah coin, like literally just imagine I'm going, oh, oh that hurts. Don't try and do the Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing. I've never tried that before. It really fucking hurts your throat. How did he do that? Jesus Christ. Woo! I was inhaling. That was me inhaling. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it.
We get. No. Take Umba. Take Umba. Take Umba. No take Lama. You.
It doesn't help that I've been talking for 2 hours.
No take all husband. Me queen. That tribe law. You bad.
Why does it
You
hurt? I have
die.
tonsil issues.
That's bad.
I really should probably get my tonsils removed, but, you know. I have insurance now, so maybe I'll get that done.
Bad lie. We take nice man. Dominga!
friend.
Actually, one up says, yet another civilization's downfall caused by the arrival of white men. Start the plane, Chuck! Chuck, start the plane! Good reference. His name was Chuck, right? Am I crazy? Pilot at the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark named Chuck? Or I'd make that up. It is? Nice. Oh, is it Jacques? Jacques. That makes sense. Spelled Jock, like J-O-C-K. Interesting in the book, huh? I want to start collecting book adaptations of movies. What an interesting concept. Big thing before VHSs were a thing. Novelizations of famous movies, or even not so famous movies. Really need to start looking for those in thrift stores. There's a lot of them. Toreador says they took their land, destroyed their culture, and colonized their hearts. The timeless story of global South culture meets white boy.
There's our camp. Get the firewood. Quick!
Hope this works, Count. It's your only chance of getting away.
What did they leave? Oh, it's the fireworks. Chekhov's fireworks. I'm surprised they've never implied that they're fucking the monkeys. I really thought they were going to go there with this one, but they didn't. Good for them.
Well, I'm sure glad we got out of that scrape, huh?
I never want to see another woman as long as I live.
It's a long time to go without a woman, Paravachili.
Not any more wild ones, anyway.
What was that?
That's what I can mean.
Yeah, I'm aware, Bronze Golem, unfortunately. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I actually own, let's see, this whole shelf down here is my Doctor Who stuff. These are Classic Who, New Who, and then the David Tennant specials from last year, the year before, right there. Yeah. Missing episodes haunt me. So sad, because I love the second Doctor, and most of the missing episodes are from his era.
What's around? Why? She's the one who saved our lives.
Yay!
Looks like you're stuck with her, Trent.
Isn't that romantic?
Hey, give him a little background music for us, Jelly.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Never been in a devil's four-way. I feel like a four-way in this particular case, because you gotta assume, I'm assuming all these men are straight, right? I feel like it's like, in this scenario, if you're having the foursome with these, one of the guys is going to end up a hand guy. You know what I mean? Like one can be in the front, one can be in the back, but one's going to be hand guy. And that kind of feels like, if you're in a foursome and you're the hand guy, it feels like you're the guy from Apollo 13 that didn't actually get to go down to the moon. You know? He just had to orbit. No one remembers his name. That's what it's like to be the hand guy in the foursome. Apollo 11. Shit. You're right,
Which
Apollo.
way we go? Well, hey, we're in luck.
Hey, our guys!
That's Demon with 200 bits says it's not really an exploitation movie, but have you seen The Cannibal Man? I have not. Michael Collins! Michael Collins was the dick guy! The clarinet guy? Are you thinking of Michael Bolton? And he plays an alto sax, not a clarinet. Looks like a clarinet, but it's not. It's an alto sax. Why do I know so much random shit? Like, people just say things at me, and my brain goes, no, this is the actual accurate information. Like, there's I don't know most things, but I know some things. Anyway. Let's see what we're gonna do next. I don't know if I'm gonna do a vote for this one. I might just pick. So let's see, what are we gonna do? I kind of want to do Cocaine Fiends. Let's do Cocaine Fiends. The clarinet guy. Oh, so there is a Michael Collins clarinetist. I didn't know that. Now I learned another thing. Bumble Homestead says my bet is autism, but as I've explained, as long as I don't get tested, you test me regularly? Yeah, how do you test me?
Black innocent trying to catch napping. You would pick on a hick town to start peddling. Shut up! With the boss's orders. We're gonna get new business, haven't we?
Okay. Sorry, I was just double checking if the audio gets better. It does. That first scene is just rough. Back to it. Sorry about that.
Napping. You would pick on a hick town to start peddling. Shut up! With the boss's orders. We're gonna get new business, haven't we? Yeah, we'll get the business all right. A close shave.
I'm almost wondering what they did, because the scenes where they're in the car are incredibly loud. I assume it's supposed to be the sound of the engine, but it's just bad sound mixing. Is this just Reefer Madness with Coke? Probably. Same vibes. At least cocaine is actually dangerous. Not like heroin or meth bad. You know, it's not good for you. Did they record in an actual car? This was 1936. Cameras were too big. You could not reasonably do that back then. You gotta understand, at this time, like, handheld shots weren't really a thing during this particular period. A lot of the cameras were really big. There was a period before this where you had some of the smaller crank cameras, but by this time, cameras were mechanized and were big beasts of machines. So especially in like B movies at the time and exploitation movies, which are like below B movies, most of the shots are locked down static shots because that's easiest to do. It's quick, it's cheap. Toreador says the secret level to that joke is that it's more certainly not the same Michael Collins, and this guy possibly had to explain to people the same way the guy in Office Space was confused for Michael Bolton, which is actually who I was confusing Michael Collins for. I got stupid luck he was a clarinetist. That's incredible. Also, Michael Bolton is a singer. Michael Bolton doesn't play an well, maybe he does. That's not what he's famous for. He's famous for his long, luscious hair. And, how am I supposed to live without you, now that I've been loving you so long? God, that man. He's good. Good. The Jack Sparrow song's real good.
What's it all about? Who are you?
Why, I'm a collector for an oil company, and a bunch of hijacking racketeers were after this, so I just gave them the slip.
But your driver, they'll catch him.
Well, they can't do anything to him.
That song was in the Saved by the Bell episode. It was in the Saved by the Bell episode with where they're at the dance together, Kelly and Zach. And that's when they broke up. Made me sad. I was a big fan of Saved by the Bell growing up. I watched it every day one summer, because this is when I was on summer vacation and I didn't have a job. Like, I was young enough that it was summer vacation and I was home alone most days. And the same time every morning, Saved by the Bell would come on. So even though it was like 2005 or something, I watched the entirety of Saved by the Bell and Saved by the Bell the college years. I was a big fan.
Say, how about a little of that fried chicken you advertised?
It'll take about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's all right. It's cool and dark and romantic in here. I think I'll enjoy the wait.
Well, just take any booth you like.
Thanks.
Again, this is one of the ones I have on Blu-ray. I assume the Blu-ray looks a little nicer than this, but...
Come on, you.
I'm actually not open this one yet.
Get out. Where's your pal?
Pal? I don't know what you mean.
You packing around?
No.
Search the car.
Well, what's he going to search my car for? What is he looking for?
We're looking for a guy that's been peddling dope to school kids. And we had a hot tip that he was in this car.
In this car? Why, there's 1,000 cars on a road like this one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if you were all right, why were you trying to get away?
Well, I thought you guys were a bunch of stick-up men.
Sitting in the car, Chief.
That's all stuff. Say, you run this place all alone?
Why are you pulling me over? I don't know, bud. You got a car we found suspicious. It's the 30s. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Oh, no. Mother and I run it together, but she's in town.
Business isn't very good.
Lonely on Saturdays and Sundays, but then it's quite busy.
It's a shame that a beautiful girl like you should waste her time here.
Mr. Blast says, my niece and nephew were on the beach in the Bahamas. A guy came up and said, hey, need 2 more to play volleyball? Can you 2 join? It was Michael Bolton. See, that could never happen to me. Because if it did, I'd just be like, holy shit, are you Michael Bolton?
You belong in the city.
I couldn't play it cool. I also can't play volleyball for shit, so...
Yeah. I think
I'm about to get beat by Michael fucking Bolton.
It's ready now. Here come those hijackers. This way, quick.
hate on Blu-rays and DVDs when they heat shrink wrapped it. It gets too hot or close right here, and you get the film. You get the film on the spine.
Well, they only serve chicken dinners, and well, that would take at least 30 or 40 minutes.
We can't wait that long. Just bring us some beer.
Yes.
What year was this one? 35.
Boy, ain't she a honey? You notice how flustered she was? Go on, you tell us, Bing. I can't stand the suspense. You guessed it. They all thrill when they see me the first time. I wish you had as much luck in your line of duty. I can't understand how he slipped through our fingers after all our careful planning.
You literally pulled him over and went, "Hey, are you selling cocaine to kids?" That was your plan.
I can't see why the chief bothers with these small fry anyhow. Why not go after the big shots? Well, we got to pick off the collectors and the peddlers and be sure of our ground and not make any mistake. That's right. Well, we've got to be on our way. Here you are, miss. Your beer is very good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Gee, kid, you're a dog. You sure handle that situation swell.
I don't know why I did it. I don't believe those men were highwaymen. They look like officers.
Don't be that way. Didn't you hear those men say they had to pick up the collectors?
Well, anyway, your chicken must be ready. That is, if it isn't already burned up.
You're a cinch in the city.
Oh, but I couldn't leave Mother. You see, we're putting my brother through school.
Yeah, but you could earn so much more money in the city. Say, I know a fella that could put you in a show right away. What's the matter? Got a headache?
Oh, no, really, it's nothing. That's all the excitement, I guess.
Say, I can fix that right up. I got the grandest headache medicine in the world.
You know, I never considered that as an option. Should I take ibuprofen or Advil or maybe some cocaine?
Here.
Well, how do you take it?
To be clear, I understand cocaine isn't analgesic. I'm just saying it's a little bit overkill. You think for a headache, maybe? Just a big fat line of coke?
No. Let me show you. Give me a...
It's funny, because I have a headache right now, too, and I really need something for it.
Yeah. How's that?
Does analgesic mean uppers? No, an analgesic is something that reduces pain. So, like, a topical analgesic is something that you could, like, rub on something that hurts, and it would get rid of the pain. That was something that cocaine was, and still is, in some circumstances, medically used for, is a topical analgesic. But then people found out, oh shit, if you snort this shit, you get so fucking high.
Why, that's marvelous. I feel better already.
Yeah, you're on cocaine. That'll do it.
Oh, there you are. Everything all right? Well,
I will say for the record, I have never done cocaine, and I never will. If someone offered me cocaine, I'm a pretty open, exploratory person. But the last thing I need in my life are stimulants, unless it's the prescribed kind that fixes my brain. I don't need that shit in my life.
I'd have done the disappearing act. Outside, you and wait for me. Don't mind him, he's fresh, but he's harmless. Say, I'd like to talk to you again about the city. Suppose I drive out in a few days and see you.
Well, This is the
Ashley
public
One Up
meeting
says, my headache is gone, and suddenly I have this great idea for a screenplay.
place. Why not?
Fine. Well, I'll be seeing you soon.
All right.
Okay, I'll be back in just a sec. I really am gonna go. I gotta go find, like, ibuprofen or something. I'll be back in just a sec.
Oh, you know I want to go, but I can't now. Mother needs me.
I need you, too. I've got everything all fixed up. You're not going to sacrifice both your senior career, are you?
Any chance we'll be getting updates on Boy? If they send us pictures, but other than that, I don't know. I would say, you know, in my early 20s for the bit, I might have smashed this up and snorted it. In my 30s, I'm just going to explain the joke I would have done when I was younger and stupider, so...
Well, couldn't we wait just a little while Eddie finishes school?
Why wait? You love me, don't you?
Well, I'm not sure. I hardly know you, Nick. And yet when I'm with you, I'm so happy and... Oh, I'm miserable and depressed when you're gone.
Ah, you're all nervous and upset. Here, take one of these headache...
Ideas for my book collection, best movie novelizations. Heck yeah, thank you, I will save this. Sweet, thank you.
Powers. And everything will look brighter. How do you feel now?
I feel swell now.
And you'll go with me next Thursday night when we get to town? We'll get married as soon as we get to town.
Yes. Yes, Nick, I'll go with you. If you really want me.
Well, of course
It's always good to accept a proposal for marriage while high on cocaine. You never make bad decisions while on cocaine. Jesus. Sorry, I just want to point out, remember the other day when Wretched Recess was like, trans women don't get anything more than an A cup? I just want to point this out. This is a good shirt to illustrate that, in fact, she was wrong. I don't always wear the best shirts to show it off, but damn, the Velma outfit. Oh. Wow, okay. Anyway.
City at last. Oh, Nick, I'm so thrilled.
Probably C. I've never actually had my cup size measured. I don't know.
Honey, you're gonna get plenty of thrills out of this town. Okay, kid, here's where we unload.
Oh, but Nick, this can't be the place.
Oh, no, you're just staying with friends of mine until we get set. We can't go to a first-class hotel until we're married. You know that.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Yeah, if you went to a hotel at this time and you were a man and a woman, they expected that you were a married couple. It was, like, illegal to rent a room to a man and a woman if they weren't married. Or siblings, something along those lines. I can't read that. I can't even try to read that. The quality of the film is so aged. I know it says Dear Mother. Let me try. Dear Mother, I was open to the only... I got nothing. I don't know if that was implying she died. May have. I was trying to read the thing, so I guess I wasn't paying that much attention.
Any mail for me today?
No, that's gotta be her, right?
No, Miss Bradford. I'm sorry.
Is Wednesday special? I know about Tinfoil Tuesday. We just do different stuff on Wednesdays. Today we are doing exploitation films. So right now we're watching Cocaine Fiends, an exploitation film from 1936 about the dangers of cocaine, which, yeah, probably don't do cocaine.
No, Miss...
What makes you so stubborn? What makes you so stubborn? Why don't you listen to reason?
Well, he promised to marry me.
Was cocaine still in cola at this point? No, that was... It was already illegal by this point, I think. Let me look. Yeah, it's definitely illegal. Cocaine became illegal in 1914. So, decade and a half or so before this.
Marry? That's well, they don't...
I'm actually kind of cracking up at the thought that someone being like, oh my god, the First World War has broken out! Thank god I have my cocaine to get through it! And then immediately, bad news, bud.
Married girls in this racket. And you be thankful Nick likes you well enough to want you to be his...
It's vaguely odd hearing you say cocaine. What if I pronounced it cocaina?
Why?
Is that better?
Oh, I want to get out of here. I want to go home.
You won't get out of here till they're ready to lift you. And then you won't want to go home.
Morgan Ritter, thanks for following.
Oh, I'm a wreck.
The passengers on the Titanic could have been doing lines of coke when it went down in 1912. I don't know the legality of cocaine in the UK, and the Titanic took off from the UK, so I imagine those would be the laws that would apply at the time. So someone would have to look up the legality of cocaine in the UK in 1912.
So will you give me another one of those headache powders?
Headache powders? Oh, you poor sap. Haven't you tumbled yet? Those headache powders are dope.
Dope? You mean I've been taking dope?
Yeah, dope. Cocaine. The kid catcher.
The kid catcher? That's fun cocaine slang. The kid catcher. Hey guys, you want a little bit of the kid catcher?
Kid catcher's a swell name for it. Certainly knocks you punks over. Oh, Nick!
I didn't know the word punks went back to the 30s.
Nick, true.
I guess I thought punks originated in like the 50s or something, huh?
You haven't been giving me dope. Well, he had to find out.
What?
It was legal in 1912? Okay, yeah, there are probably people on the Titanic doing cocaine.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Ah, you don't mean that. You're just all upset again. Try this.
Oh, Nick.
You didn't mean that about hating me, did you?
No, Nick. No, only give it to me.
And you listen to reason?
Is anything, Nick, only give it to me.
Morning, Miss Bergen.
Morning.
Punks was originally a term for prostitutes. It goes back before the Victorian times, I think.
Well,
It's so interesting how words change meaning over time.
I've got quite a back.
Like, we have symbols that mean things to us, but the meaning of those symbols is constantly in drift. It's never static. Ugh.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
When did this movie come out? 1936.
Yeah, there she is, waiting for me. And I've got to give her the same answer.
Who? Oh, yes. Mrs. Bradford.
Yeah.
Still looking for a letter from her daughter Jane, who ran away. Let's see. Must have been over a year ago, wasn't it?
14 months. Her boys are working in the city now. He writes her all the time. But she's never heard from Jane at all.
That girl ought to be ashamed of herself, treating her old mother like that. Oh, I declare, I just don't know what's getting into girls these days.
Cocaine
Yeah, it is
and
hard to
cock.
figure out. Well, I've
Not
gotta be
necessarily in
getting
that
along.
order.
But I sure
Maybe at the
would
same
like
time.
to bring her that letter. Well, goodbye, Miss Bergen.
Goodbye,
Okay, boss. Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing myself lately. Well, better give her a day or two off to get used to the idea, huh? Okay, I'll take care of it. Lil. Lil.
Yeah? What? Who was it?
That was the big boss. Got some bad news for you.
Bad news for me?
Oh, those cuts are unfortunate. I'm wondering if that was a matter of film damage or if that was in the
The big
actual
boss.
original film. You get a jump cut here, because she's already in frame.
Who was it?
That was the big boss.
Jump cut to here for a closer reaction, which makes sense. That transition made enough sense.
Got some bad news for you.
Bad news for me?
Yeah, that one. That's odd, huh? Wow. That's really bad. Huh.
Bad news for me?
Oh, and then there's another jump. Jesus. I don't know. Is that damage?
Me out of the La Fonda. Then what?
Well, he's putting you in the dead rat for a while.
The dead rat. Why, Nick, that's the last stop before the dive. I want you've got to protect me. I'm your wife.
Don't take it so
When she's high, she's faster than the camera.
hard. You're different. You'll come back. You're just in the...
You'll find out just how different I am. You can't pull this on me, you rat!
Don't get hysterical. The boss said to take a day or two off. So get ready and come along with me. I'm going to make some deliveries. How do you do?
Hello, good looking. I'll have a chocolate malt and
Wow.
make it thick.
That shot is very reminiscent of the original Kuleshov effect experiments.
How do you do?
Hello, good looking. I'll have a chocolate malt and make it
Like, it's a little rough, but certainly you understand what's being conveyed. She's jealous. Yeah.
thick.
And you, sir?
That's an interesting, relatively early use of intercutting audio like that, and having the audio continue to play over a different reverse shot. That's pretty good for the time.
Where's the tomato juice?
I only come in here to see him. He's so good looking.
You're always questing, aren't you, Dorothy?
Questing? What do you mean by that?
Oh, that's an old, seldom used word that means always looking, searching for something. And the way you look over every man and boy you see, it reminds me of it. But you want to be careful. It might be dangerous.
Maybe I'm always looking for my prince to come along. Jealous?
Yes, a little. I'm a little worried about you.
Oh, don't worry, Dan. I just like to play around, but I'm all right.
Hi, kid. How's every little thing?
Well,
It's so... I'm sorry.
good looking, isn't he?
I'm so interested in them playing around with these insert shots, because they're, like, getting there with the idea of the insert shots to display, you know, discrete actions, while also, you know, the scene is still playing otherwise. But the timing is off on it. I don't even know how to, in words, directly describe what I mean, but you can feel that the timing is off on these insert shots, which is so interesting, how we're so accustomed to the language of film now that it just feels wrong, because there's a more standard way that it's done, and it's not quite this timing.
Sorry, Dan. I just like to play around, but I'm all right.
What was that? Like, what's this guy? You know what I mean?
Like to play around,
Started the music.
but I'm all right.
Hi, kid. How's every little thing?
Well,
Like, the timing on all of that is so sloppy and off, but I get what they're doing.
he's rather good looking, isn't he?
That's the
Yeah.
hot worker, right? Yes.
Another prospect?
You said it, boy. I could go for her.
Oh, forget it, big boy. That kind doesn't fall for men like you.
Yeah, they all fall when the old master starts to work. And I'm working now.
You certainly hate yourself, don't you?
You want to be careful, Dorothy. You'll get your wings singed someday. Do you know who that bird is?
Who?
Well, he's Nick Probus. He's front man for one of the toughest mobs in town. And he's accused of, well, many things.
Ooh, how thrilling. Come on, let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the rush? You ain't going anyplace in particular.
That boy in there is my brother.
What?
Come on, let's get out of here before he sees us.
Right.
Boy, you must have what it takes.
What do you mean?
Well, they all fall for you. I'm beginning to myself. That gangster's ma was just asking about you. She used to be a swell looker.
Yeah.
Boy, she looks plenty tough now.
You have a good day today?
Oh, swell. The whole week's been good. After I give the butcher's cut, I'll have over $40 left.
Gee, that is swell. I only have about 25.
Oh, dames don't tip like men. They pay off in smiles instead of nickels and quarters.
Well, I'll be glad to have my 25.
You know, with all this money, I feel like making whoopee tonight. How about you and me going Dust Street and taking in a nightclub? What do you say?
I take it that making whoopee was also originally a euphemism for going out and having fun on the town and not just sex. Huh.
Well, I don't know anything about nightclubs. I've never even been in one. Besides, I'm kind of tired tonight.
I mean, it was probably both, because, like, the song Making Whoopi, I think, was already a thing at this point. What year was that from? What year did Making Whoopi come out? $1929? So at minimum was already a double entendre by this point. Or wait, no. Yeah, no. By this point it would have been a double entendre.
Always on the outside looking in. Reason.
Anyway.
Say, I've got something that'll fix that up. Come here. Now, don't look. Take like this.
School will be out in a few minutes. Think I'll stick around and see if my kid customers have got any money today.
Nothing.
So, before you're through, you'll be lower than I ever was or can be.
Well, how do you feel now?
I know it's probably like high schoolers, but in my head I'm picturing like 8-year-olds walking up and being like, "Hey, mister, got any more of that cocaine?"
Great.
And you want to make
I need it real bad, mister! I need it real bad!
tonight?
Bet. I always did want to see the inside of a nightclub.
All right. I'll meet you here at 9 o'clock.
Boy, but it's dark. Here, take my hand. Watch your step.
Why don't they light up these places?
Lots of things around here won't stand much light, you know.
Well, that didn't explain it.
Marvelous. The music, the 40 people and everything.
I'll say it sure is swell.
Look, over there. That Shirley Clare, the famous actress. Isn't she lovely?
Oh, she's lovely, all right, but she isn't half as pretty as you, Fanny.
Why, Eddie, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
I like that there's supposed to be... Didn't they say four... I thought she was implying it was a 40-piece band. But it's clearly not. So maybe she just meant there's 40 people here total. Wow. Even before, like, they had like an electric microphone. He's using one of those things. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure there's a name for them.
Look, she's crying. Gosh, I thought these big actresses were always happy.
Haven't you heard? She's just lost her old manager, the one that made her a star. He wrote that song for her.
Did he die?
No, stupid. He's got another sweetheart.
that at Florida, buddy?
Well, mister, I can't dance.
Well, then run along home and let a real man entertain your girl. Hey, on your way. Okay, if that's the way you feel about it.
Well, if it isn't the pretty boy from the drive-in.
Hello. How do you do?
Shall we join the party, Dan? Do you mind? No, I think it'd be swell.
Wait a minute.
What'd you have to drink? Oh, I don't know. What you drinking?
Anything at all, I guess.
This is 26, right?
Oh, I'd love to.
Thanks. Hey, you'll excuse us, Dorothy.
36.
Then don't hurry
I was gonna say, Prohibition is on. No, it's 36. It's fine.
back.
All right.
Shall we dance or...
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't dance.
Oh, well, that's nice as hell. We can just sit here and...
And, what?
Oh, hello.
Hello yourself, gorgeous. Shall we,
Why, yes, you big, bad, dangerous man. You don't mind, do you?
Well, no, he won't mind.
Nice, Jason Proxy.
I told you to lay off, sir, and I meant it.
Beat it, you.
Don't tell me this, you dirty double-crosser. If you think you can do time, you're crazy. But who are you? What do you want?
Why, Jane.
Don't go back to the country, Palmer, and don't Jane me. Let me go.
What you're getting from this movie is if you give people cocaine, they'll fall in love with you. That sounds about right.
Come on, let's finish the dance.
It also
Not
works
tonight,
with
you-
cheese.
I will.
Come on, Eddie. Sit down. Everybody's looking. What's the trouble, Eddie? What's it all about?
That was my sister Jane.
What's
I
it
came to
all
the city to
about,
look for her in my spare time.
Alfie?
That was Jane. Oh, no. You must be mistaken.
You punks got a lot of nerve coming to a high-class place like this. Now get out while the getting's good.
$4K no los dos, Harold Edelman. Let me see how much that was. $10 in 1926. $36. I keep doing that. I keep thinking it's the 20s. $228.
Gee, that was swell of you, Fanny. I didn't know it was so expensive here.
That's all right. It was my party anyway. Let's go.
What, are you leaving already?
Yes, I think we'd better be going.
Well, how did you get out here?
In a taxi.
Well, we're leaving too, so if you'll meet us outside, we'll take you wherever you want to go to.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Say, who said we were going home? And who are you to be giving orders to everybody?
I'm just a fella trying to keep a certain silly little girl out of trouble.
You're just a bum sport trying to keep me from having any thrills at all.
But you're going home just the same.
$90 years of inflation is crazy. Yeah, you think maybe it's time to get rid of the penny? Goddamn zinc industry. Big Zinc won't let us kill pennies! Didn't she make $40 in tips? She did, so she made an insane amount.
Come in. Why, hello, Pater.
Don't pater me. I'm your father, and sometimes not altogether proud of that honor.
All right, Father. And why the early morning call?
I heard you bid your friends good night last night. And I heard you say you were going to arrange soon to go down to the Dead Rat nightclub and start something.
Eavesdropper. You'd make a great detective, Father. So what?
I don't want you fooling around such places. I have heard the Dead Rat is tough. plenty tough.
Is that so? Now I'll just have to go down and see for myself.
Haven't you any pride or decency left? You used to be sweet and clean.
Yes, and you used to waste a little time and attention on me. Now you're always away at your brokerage office, and Mother is forever
Catch up
off
with your
playing
northern neighbors and ditch the penny. We could probably get rid of the nickel, too. Honestly, fuck it, get rid of dimes. I don't like dimes either, but at least the penny, probably the nickel. I am okay with dimes, but we really don't need pennies or nickels.
Contract. So what am I to do? Sit around and weep by myself?
But I have to spend lots of time at the office. You know the terrible condition business
Orders
is in.
and make more dollar coins. Every time they've tried to introduce a dollar coin in America, it has failed spectacularly, and they have tried many times. I promise. I promise we've tried. Americans just fucking hate dollar coins.
All over the country. Why don't you associate with nicer young folks? The society crowd.
Because with all your money, we just don't seem to rate in society. I don't know why. Oh, Dad, don't worry about me. I'm all right. It's just that you're so respectable and serious-minded about things. You're way behind life as it's lived today.
Maybe you're right. But stay away from the dead rat.
I won't exactly promise, but I'll give it respectful consideration.
How about we get rid of inflation? That would actually be disastrous for the economy. Fun fact. You need a gentle inflation. The ideal, I think, is between 1.5 and 2% annually, more or less. It stimulates economic activity, because if your money doesn't, become lesser over time, why not just sit on it? It incentivizes, in theory, people to invest money into things. So in a market economy, you need inflation.
How you feeling, Eddie?
Rotten. So have you had one of those headache powders?
Sure.
Can I have one?
Referring to cocaine as headache powder is just perfect.
Yes. Come on around back. How you feeling now?
Well.
Attaboy. Hey, tonight I'm going to take you out where it isn't so expensive and we won't get the bum's rush. And will we have fun?
Yeah, what's doing?
I'm going to take you on a sleigh
No,
ride
he doesn't
with
know
some
it's cocaine.
snowbirds.
I know he doesn't.
Sleigh ride?
Yeah.
Snowbirds? In the summer?
Gosh, you are dumb.
Hey, how about my cup of coffee?
Oh, all right.
Everybody happy?
This is Eddie, my new boyfriend. Hi, kid. I said my boyfriend.
Here we go.
Oh, this is getting very publicly fucked up. I said my boyfriend. Okay, we're doing this in front of everyone, huh?
Girl, Fanny. Don't let him. Maybe he will sometime. Come on.
No letters for me today, Jim?
I'm sorry, Miss Bradford. None today. Maybe we'll have better luck tomorrow.
No letter. Even Eddie hasn't written for 6 months. He used to write every week.
Oh, shucks. You know how boys are when they get to a city. They're just too busy to write.
Is this movie suggesting that everyone who tries cocaine is immediately an addict? That's generally the position of a lot of these drug scare films, whether it be Reefer Madness, this, or one of the other million films like this out there. It is, yeah, it acts as though everyone will become addicted immediately, which isn't true, but there are people with addictive personalities who do get addicted to things very easily. So, while it's not an accurate depiction of pretty much anything, I think it's targeting, in theory, people like me who are incredibly prone to becoming addicted to anything that makes them feel good.
Maybe he's figuring on walking in and surprising you someday.
I guess that's it.
The boss wants to see you. You wanted to see me, Mr. Boss?
Yes, I'm very sorry, Fanny, but we can't use you here any longer.
But why?
Well, your work has been rather unsatisfactory, and you haven't been careful.
Is this trope why Write Your Mother Today was written on the wall during that Mr. Booze scene in Robin and the Seven Hoods? Could be. I would imagine so. Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze, Mr. B-double-O-Z-E. Bump, bump, bump. Underrated.
Good personal appearance, like we like our girls to be.
But you know, I haven't been feeling well lately. I'll be all right in a few days.
And besides, we've been hearing rather ugly rumors about you. We can't regulate the private affairs of our employees, but we can and must get rid of those whose personal
Axel,
conduct
thanks for subscribing on
doesn't please us.
YouTube.
That's all.
Was it my lovely rendition of Mr. Booze?
You get fired, Fanny?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of jams town.
That's an unfortunate cut.
Why, Eddie? Oh, you're almost drowned. Come in. Come in. What have you been doing lately, Eddie? I've been so worried about you.
Well, I didn't find a job, so I've been sleeping in the park lately. The benches were just cold and wet tonight that I...
Well, why didn't you come to me? I have a part-time job now.
I didn't know where to find you until today.
Toreador says, what'll I do now? How am I gonna find another job that makes me a whole 75 cents a week now?
I had to move.
In fairness, the last job, she did have $40 in like a week or something. That's not bad. Pretty good for the time.
But now that I've got this job, we'll get along swell, Eddie.
We?
Sure.
I can't do that, Fanny. I can't stay here. We're not married.
The first money we get, we'll be married. Oh, don't you see, we've got to stick together and fight this thing out.
Gee, Fanny, you're swell. Someday I'll make this all up to you.
I thought that was the brother and sister for a second. Oh, I get it! Okay, that's up there with the train going into the tunnel visual metaphor for they're about to fuck. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The sister is a brunette. I can't picture things. Don't be mad at me. Revolver Osathot, thanks for 32 months. I have rejection sensitivity. Don't be mean to me.
Did you work today?
No. No one seemed to need even a part-time or relief girl. But one of the girls at the drive-in gave me these donuts.
Donuts! Donuts! I can't eat. I don't want food. I want a shot. I've got to have a shot.
Shannon, please. Why, good evening, Mrs. Grady.
Don't try to stall. You know what I want. And if I don't get it, out you go in the morning.
Oh, please. I think I'm going to get a job tomorrow. Then I'll have the rent all paid up.
Why don't he go out and look?
You think you're gonna get a job tomorrow? It would still be weeks till you got paid, or at least a week.
For work? Laying around here and skulking through alleys week after week? And you tramping the streets looking for stray jobs?
But he can't work, Mrs. Grady. He's sick.
Sick? Looks to me more like a hophead. Well, I'll give you one more day.
They did a pretty good job making them look ragged with the makeup and the lighting. They very much darkened up these areas to make them look a little more gaunt and under the eyes to make them look exhausted.
Hophead.
Please, Eddie, don't go to pieces. You've got to get hold of yourself.
I can't get hold of myself. I gotta have dope. I'm a hophead. I'd sell my soul for just one shot.
They would pay by the day for spare work? That's interesting.
If you need it that bad, I'll get it for you.
Get it? Make the most out of this. Boof it. Good, honestly, unspoken scene. You see his reaction, like he's surprised at first. Oh, holy crap, where do you get this? Oh, and then he realizes. That's not bad. As much as I make fun of these, I like to point out when they actually do something effective, because they had no budget, so, like, kudos for actually having a moment that was cinematic. Showed me something with their acting. Nice. Why is that always my answer? Wait, my answer to what? What did I answer? Moving. Putting things in your butt doesn't solve all your problems, but it might at least give you different problems to focus on. Fact.
On your way, kid. Don't hang around here.
Very, very sad, if you don't mind. Right, the fastest ride I ever had in my... Hey, get a load of this neighborhood, will you?
Oh, me.
Oh.
Nice one to be murdered.
What a spot. Dead right in. Come on, let's take a crack at it.
You kids go on in. I'll be along in a minute.
We'll take care of yourself.
Oh.
Hey, This must be the...
What's gonna kill them first, cocaine or syphilis? Idea. Syphilis you can snort.
Oh.
Alternatively, cocaine you can contract sexually.
Matter? Are you sick? Oh, no, it's just something, I don't know. You startled me.
What is this? It's a lot sluttier than, or subtler than Reefer Madness. I thought you said sluttier at first. I was gonna be like, okay. This is called Cocaine Fiends from 1936. Sniffilus. Fuck! That's the joke right there.
Thought I recognized you. You're the drive-in girl. The pretty boy's friend, aren't you?
Oh, please,
Oh, I know. Things are breaking a little tough just now. Here. Good luck.
I didn't see what she handed her. I don't know. I thought it was money, but I don't know.
No. Oh, here's Dorothy. Say, this is some place, isn't it? Is this a spot?
Well, shall we dance? Want to take a chance, Dorothy?
Sure, why not?
All right. That's what you think.
And tell Nick to come over here. Okay. Make it snappy.
Audio sounds completely different.
What's wrong, Benny? What's happened? No luck today.
Eddie, we've got to get off the dope. We've got to go straight.
No, it can't be. It mustn't be. Think of the disgrace. My mother.
But Eddie, think of me.
Think of you. What do I care about you?
You love me, don't you?
No. No, I never really loved you. Now a baby born to a hothead in the street.
Don't say it, Eddie. Whatever I've done, it's because I loved you. Oh, you all upset. Here. Take this and go down to Wangley's and sleep it off. Eddie! You didn't mean what you said about not loving me ever, did you? Won't you kiss me? Just once. Goodbye, Eddie.
What does the coffee pot symbolize? In this scene, I'm not sure. I was thinking about it too, because it's like very clearly in the shot for a reason. They chose to do that. Maybe simply because they found it to be a more dynamic shot than if they had just locked the camera down like they already did and just shot her looking in a mirror. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm open to other people's suggestions. I see. Okay. Oh no, she's not doing anything with it. I thought she was about to do something with it. Okay, now she is. Is she gonna, like, turn on the gas? I see. Okay. Wow. She's probably gonna actually die, too. This is a exploitation film. She might actually fucking die.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting our very capable master of ceremonies for this evening, a genial and well-known gentleman, Mr. Murray Peck, who in turn will present the floor show for this evening. Mr. Murray Peck.
Welcome you this evening. At this time, it gives me pleasure to present to you the first edition of our floor show as we open with that comedian of song, Noni Lee, singing All
The
I
coffee
Want
pot was there to remind us of the gas stove. Yeah, I'm guessing that was the point, basically.
Is You.
Please don't actually play the whole thing. Movies at this time have a bad habit of just throwing in musical numbers that are very vaudevillian. Please don't. This is an exploitation film. Please don't spend 5 minutes on this. Cut. Please cut. Please cut. Please cut. Oh god. Oh fuck, they haven't cut yet. They're gonna play this whole song. I can skip it. That's not fair. What if someday the VOD of this stream is the only remaining footage of this film and everything else has been lost somehow? Then what? Then people just don't get to see this song? She's not the coke fiend! The other dead sister was a coke fiend. Ow. Nemesaur with the $50 tip says, new tip goal idea, vaudeville stream. I don't have enough talents to make up a whole vaudeville act. I can tell jokes and juggle. I can't even do both at the same time. And I don't own a single pair of Groucho Marx glasses. Yeah, I never forget a face, but for you I'll make an exception. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Smuggle command. I should have seen that one coming.
You don't mean to say you're going to use the strong arm stuff on that, do you?
Why not? I had a long talk with the big chief last night. He's getting soft. He says booze was all right, but he's a little skittish on the girl and dope racket. He wants to quit.
What?
He can't quit. Nobody can quit the rackets and live. Not when they're in it as deep as he is, anyway.
Why don't you let him quit? You'll be the big shot then.
I am the big shot now. He only thinks he is. But I need him for a front for a while, anyway.
Why the girl?
Chief's bugs about cute little blondes. I'm going to give it to him as bait. That'll keep him quiet until I need him.
Hurry up, can't you?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to present to you our singing waiter, Frank Collins, singing his own composition, Howsy Mongolay.
Oh, good. We're throwing in another number. Good, good, good. We really had to stretch this to an hour. The cut to the opium den was the guy cocaine addict getting his fix.
Hey, my dear, you'll leave me someday, I fear, sailing far across the sea, blue-eyed gal from Malachi. If you love me, say you do.
Hey, Hobo Sapiens, how's it going?
No can do me no cry. He only say, Mongolay, my dear. If you leave me, no can do me no cry, me only say,
And this, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our show. We have another show at 2 o'clock. Now let's everybody dance. Take it away, Al. Well, shall we dance this one?
The show's over. I think we better be going. I think so, too.
All right, well, one more drink. I got it. Waiter.
He didn't actually pour anything into the glasses. Hey, Carpcosian. Wow, like neither of them was even trying to block. He's just absolutely going to town on his stomach. That's hilarious.
Come on, let's play that. Everybody, here we go now. Everybody dance.
What a job. Oh no, a fight broke up. Nope. Ah, everybody's dancing. It's the 30s, so I gotta do this thing where I kind of go up and down with my shoulders and move my arms for some reason. Everybody's dancing.
Dorothy, who's she? One of your partners? Yeah. Oh, she probably beat it when the fight started.
Oh, you never do that! Dorothy has never run away!
Well, look around for you. Probably find her. I still think she went home. No, not Dorothy. She was standing right here when this fight started. Oh, forget about it. So I should turn it.
Ooh! Look at that fucking wipe! Oh! Oh, the circle out at it! Oh! Oh! That shot took 3 months to produce. That's an annoying noise. Thank you.
Where?
He's the only one. I don't think he's supposed to be the only one there. They just didn't want to hire a bunch of extras. So I don't think it's supposed to be empty. I think there's supposed to be people, like, laying in beds and stuff behind these sheets. And it's supposed to be, like, a privacy thing, in theory. You know, really, they just didn't want to hire a bunch of extras. Tarpkosian, thanks for a 5-stream streak, says, at the VA, boomers be boomering. I bet. I'm really sorry. Sorry you had to be around that.
Eddie! Oh, Eddie! Eddie, wake up! No! Oh, beat it, you! This is my brother. Eddie.
Jane.
No. No, not Jane. There isn't any more Jane. I'm Lil, a gangster's discarded moll. Do you understand that, Eddie? No one must ever connect me with Jane Bradford. Oh, but what are you doing here? The city.
I came to find you and take you home.
You must get away. Back to the country and sunshine.
I came to find you, and a needle of heroin slipped into my arm.
It isn't too late for you.
Yes, we'll go home now.
No. No, it's too late for me. Girls can't come back. Oh, but you can, Eddie. You must.
No, I'm a...
That's certainly a statement about society at the time. Huh. And today. To a lesser extent, but still.
Oh, I'm a hophead.
No, you're not. You're just in the first stages. You can snap out of it. Eddie, you must. You've got to go home.
No, I can't go home. I have no way, no money.
I'll get you the money. Lots of it. Where do you live?
Mrs. Gray's rooming house on Charles Street.
Come on, now, you go home and wait for me. Gotta see Nick. They told me over to La Fonda that he came here.
Well, you can't go in. You know, they're pretty rough on girls they don't want around.
Oh, I don't care what they do to me. I must see Nick.
Listen. You were pretty bright when you were in the money. So I'm going to take a chance. You know, they'd put me on this spot.
What's going on? Cocaine addiction!
Next down to Hideaway.
You notice the top of the stream? Does that also mean anime stream goal was met? Indeed. Indeedly do. So we are getting another costume month. It'll never fucking end. Puppet stream and anime.
Just took a girl then. Come on, you beat it.
You can't hang around here.
I hope I'm doing better next month, because I'm out of ideas. I'm out of incentives.
I smell gas.
I'm out
in
of
the hall.
carrots.
So
I'm
I
out of
opened the door and
sticks.
come in. The place was fairly full. And there she lay, just as she is now. And so I sent for you and a doctor.
She won't need a doctor. Call him. You see that no one enters here and disturbs anything until I get back.
Do you, think it was suicide?
No, Mrs. Grady. I think we'd be justified in considering it accidental. Poor kid.
Gamer girl bathwater. You know, if I looked like Belle Delphine, I could see a market for it. But, as things are, thinking no. It happened enough to be considered accidental. I don't know if the implication was that they really thought it was an accident. I think it was a kindness to the mother. Like, back then, suicide was considered this, like, shameful thing. Like, it's still tragic, but there was, like, a real shame attached to it at the time. So it was probably more like, we're gonna put this down as an accident, that way you don't have to deal with the stigma of your daughter killing herself. It was also illegal. It's still illegal to kill yourself.
Oh, now don't be so stubborn, dearie.
Except in places where literally there's, like, you know, supervised euthanasia.
If you'd only listen to reason.
Why don't you listen to reason? My father is rich. If you let me out of here, I'll give you $1,000.
It's just hard to prosecute. That's a joke everyone makes, understandably, with that. But the reason is actually because that way, like, legally, you can be stopped. Like, if it wasn't illegal, like, if someone tried to stop you from offing yourself, like, you could sue them, or at the very least, like, they get in trouble, like,
For a million, dearie. I want to live a little while.
What are they going to do with me?
I heard Nick say the big chief's very fond of cute little blondes.
They wouldn't dare do that to me. My father would have them hung.
Yeah, by the time you're able to get word to your father, you won't want to. Why, you'd be ashamed to ever see him again.
Nick! It's Lil. Let me in. I've got to see you.
This old hophead. Probably crazy for a shot.
Where's Nick? They told me he was here. I've got to see him.
Nick's gone to call the big chief. Couldn't call his number from this place. Now, you'd better not be here when he gets back.
I've got to see him. I've got to have some money allowed.
Yes, you know, he wouldn't give you a cup of coffee. He's through with you.
You say you need money? All right, I'll give you money. $1,000 if you'll get me out of here. $1,000?
Shut up, you fool, and get out. Don't let me put on the spot.
You say you'll give me $1,000. You mean it? I swear it. Give me that key.
They'll kill you for this.
I don't care what they do to me. I'm going to earn that $1,000. Now give me that key. No, don't come. We'd never get out of here alone. I'll phone for help. Give me the police. Now come to 76 Byron Street, quick. It's life or death.
Man, I hope the operator got all that. She didn't even wait for, like, okay, ma'am. Can I get the... Let me double check I got that address correct.
Honey, help! You keep quiet. Get hold of yourself. Help's coming.
What's this mean? What are you doing here?
Who's she gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Drop that cat.
Bustin' makes me
Drop that
feel
gun and get out of here before you
good.
Dad! Oh, Dad, I knew you'd come and get me.
Well, who did it?
I did.
Well, you ought to get a medal for it. But the most likely hang you.
They can't, Dan. She did it in self-defense.
Well, I've been after you a long time, but I didn't think I'd get the goods on you this way.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You're rotten, Farley. But I didn't think you'd drag Holland into this.
You're crazy, Copper. Nick grabbed this girl at the dead rest. He had nothing to do with it.
Well, what's he doing here?
Why, I phoned him just before I phoned you.
Let's quit drinking, Lem, but it's no use.
I'll have your job for this.
No, you won't, Farley. All your pulling money's not going to cover you up this time. We've got you dead to rights.
Are you accusing my father of being a criminal? A gangster?
I'm sorry, Dorothy, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Your father's the mysterious big shot and brains behind all this rotten mess of racket.
You lie, Dan. I know that isn't true.
No, it isn't true. He was the big shot.
He's just trying to make it easy for you, Dorothy, but it's true, all right. Jack, take her outside. That was a nice gesture, Lou. I'll remember that at your trial.
It isn't true, Dad. It can't be.
Don't worry, Dorothy. Everything will be all right.
Take that other woman as material witness.
Hey, you can't reach me. You got nothing on me. Let me go. Chief, you wanted him to take me. You'll protect me, won't you,
Shut
Chief?
up. Go on quietly.
Then it is true. You are a racketeer.
Where did you think the money was coming from? That you and your mother have been throwing away?
Oh, Bob, take him down the wagon. Be careful. He's plenty hard. I'll see that Dorothy gets home all right.
So you've been making love to me all this time just so you could spy on my father.
Well, that was the general idea in the beginning. But lately...
The police. New aristocrats.
Well, I've fallen for you, Dorothy. All right.
So
The
you're
Aristocops!
all in line of duty.
Just who are you, Dan?
I'm lieutenant in charge of the vice squad.
Maybe that explains why you're always so bossy.
Well, it explains why I'm always around trying to keep silly little girls out of jams.
Please, Dan, don't scold me.
If I don't scold you, will you promise me one thing?
What?
That you'll stop this questing?
I don't need to go questing anymore. I found my prince.
Sure, fine. All right. So I guess don't do cocaine is the lesson that we have learned. Don't do cocaine. Yeah. Good advice, I think. Oh. Can you go back to 1936 and get your money back for that movie? You saw it for free, though. You watched it for free. Oh. I'm so excited to go through. We have so many movies to watch. The world of cinema is truly a beautiful thing. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I really enjoy doing these streams with y'all. If you like what you saw and you haven't already, give me a follow on Twitch or a subscription on YouTube. We do fun stuff almost every day. I'll be back again tomorrow, probably to do Sovereign Citizens, because there's a few new Sovsit videos I want to cover, including Kennedy Walker, who, I don't know if you remember, he's the guy that sold mushrooms at the farmer's market and got arrested. That'll be interesting. Have I seen September 5th? No, maybe not. Anyway, so, We need to see if Boy Meets Boy. That will probably do Friday or Saturday. Saturday is actually the first. I might take that day off. Maybe Friday then. I'm not sure. Team Skeptic has a new Judge Perkins clip. Okay, I'll look into it. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out. See who we're gonna raid.
DLC.
Casfell doing? We'll raid Casfell. Marvel Rivals. I've still not played Marvel Rivals. Alright, have a great night, everyone. Thank you for the tips and everything. Much appreciated. I'll see you tomorrow to hang out once again. Oh, I'm hungry. I need pasta. I need carbs. Have a good night, everyone.